Mythic Legions, Morgolyth. Morgolyth. So, here's the bio. It says, Morgolyth, High Priestess and leader of the Congregation of Necronominus. Morgolyth rules with a resigned coldness reflected in her faction's deadly efficiency. Less savage than her brothers Malleus and Mandibulus, her ability to see through the eyes of her dead soldiers keeps her perpetually aware of the army's actions, truly believing that the moment has arrived for her father Necronominus' return. Morgolyth is readying her faction for a new era of evil. So imagine this, folks. She's less savage than her brothers Malleus and Mandibulus. I don't know. She looks pretty scary. But I guess she's more of a high priestess, a seer. She looks through the eyes of armies of the undead, which is a neat trick. Other skeletons. I mean, that would make her pretty much all-knowing when it comes to battle tactics and all that. So, even though she's a priestess, you can tell she's loaded for bear. She does have her staff, but check out this really awesome, really awesome sword, which is one of my favorite swords that I've come across so far. It's got a lot of chrome in it. It's got purple to color coordinate with her particular armor. But it's got these spikes here, kind of bone-like sharp spikes, and something that might be decorative or might be runes or something, but it looks like a sword that might be imbued with magic. She also comes with this tiny little dagger, and we've seen this nasty bit of hardware before. Goes in the sheath there. You can either put it on her armor that way, or you can put it on the brown leather strap that is used to hold swords and other weapons like that. Some of these characters that have like brown or blue armor, I kind of think clash, and black, of course, clash a bit with the leather strap. So I avoid the leather strap with them just for aesthetic reasons, no other reason. She also comes with this regular, I think this is the short sword, which, you know, given how elaborate her outfit is, it kind of seems like a throw-in. It's nice to have, but I don't see her, you know, wielding these two swords at the same time or having much use for this one, because, hey, this one is just so much cooler and so much more elaborate, and she's incredibly elaborate as far as skeletons go. Look at this awesome sculpt. We get in a lot of new pieces with her. So Eric Treadaway just pulled out all the stops here. As you can see, her chest area has the raised skeletal structure and a rib cage here. And that looks really neat. And you know, it's a female dedicated torso. It'd be cool kind of to have a male one, maybe later on. I like that idea of the skeletal structure as armor and as decorative, especially for skeletons. Obviously, she's got this huge headdress that covers her eyes with the mask, so that adds an air of mystery and also makes her look pretty darn regal. Here's the back of that. Kind of reminds me of those maybe some of those Mesoamerican or ancient civilizations that would put a board on the back of their children's skulls and elongate the skulls. I think there was maybe some of that going on in Egypt, or maybe I've seen too much Ancient Aliens and I'm getting confused. But, you know, there are theories ancient alien astronaut theorists believe that some of these ancient rulers were aliens. It's a fun theory, but because that's why the pharaohs had that big conical helmet on, because it was hiding a elongated cranium, and that's why some of the Mesoamericans had headdresses and everything. And that theory is that they were also hiding the alien elongated cranium. So it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll go with that in my mythos as well, that she's not only a skeleton but an alien skeleton. That would explain some of her powers. We get these skeleton feet, which are new and we didn't get in the last wave of skeletons, and are very, very cool. They have little holes in the bottom so they can stand. They stand quite nicely. I love the wash on the paint here, and all the individual bones are sculpted in there. She comes with a cape, which I didn't want to futz around too much with. Let's see, nothing really new back here. Just an outstanding job on the paint areas, even the areas that are going to be covered by the cape. I tried a different way of hanging this cape this time. I don't know how successful it was, but I'll probably play with it a little more. I think there was like 3 or 4 different configurations of capes. This one has 4 tiny holes. Don't know why they're so tiny, and one of them is really next to the edge of the cloth, so it raises the fear that it's going to rip through and shred it. So I'm not sure why so many different kinds of capes, or what the rationale is for that, since all the pauldrons seem to be exactly the same on the female figures. But hey, maybe somebody smarter than me can figure that out. On the back of the neck, we have these protuberances there from the spinal cord. Not the spinal cord, but the spine. One thing I did notice that was different about this figure is that, she's got the skeleton neck, but I couldn't remove it. I don't know if this part is not removable as it is in other figures, but I didn't want to force it. If it isn't removable, then it's stuck in there, and I didn't want to mess with it. So, I mean, that's fine. I tried it, and then I just left it there. We've got also the loincloth here. It doesn't have any naughty bits to cover up anyways, since she's a skeleton, but it looks nice. It's obviously purple, and the purple and the silver and the metallic in this really, really make the whole deco of this figure pop, I think. Let me put her head back on. I don't want to upset her. So that is Morgolyth. What else can I say? They really painted the skull nicely. The nose bone there is dark, and the eyes are dark for effect. So I got a little bit more time here, so I'll run down the skeleton articulation for you. Here we go. We've got the regular swivel. We'll start at the ankle, and the hinge at the ankle, and their rocker ankles, so they go sideways. And then on the skeleton, we've got the swivel and the hinge at the knee. And then you've got a lot of range of motion, because the hips are able to do that kind of stuff as well. Able to do the splits, but of course they're hindered by the pauldrons. The joints are a little tight, so I don't want to force them. I'd rather have tight joints than loose joints any day. Then we have the swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist, forearm swivel, the same elbow and hinge and swivel, the arm obviously all the way around and up and down with the hinge, a little tiny bit hindered by the armor here, and then a good decent ball joint at the neck, so wide range of motion there. All right, now a few commercials since I've got a little bit of time and been having some fun with the figures. Some ideas I picked up online. Since she's a priestess and sort of like a queen, I decided to try to find her a king. And I went online and I bought this from a seller in China for $1.99. It's actually a ring, men's rings, size 11, right? And it's a crown, $1.99. Just Google crown ring, and then when it came, I just used my hands to bend it into a little bit of an oval. And check it out. It worked out great. I can't remember who gave the tip for this on the boards, but obviously $1.99 for a nice accessory like this, a metal crown that fits perfectly on the skeleton heads. I thought was a cool, fun thing to do. It took about a month and a half to get here, but it eventually got here. And another quick commercial before I go. Not that I'm being paid for this, but the Mega Merge figures at Target, the Glios compatible figures that Matt Dowdy helped on, are on sale for $7.99, and I don't think there's ever been a way to get a Glios compatible at online or anywhere with this many pieces and this cool deco on it for $7.99. So if you rush out there, you might be able to catch those on sale. All right, that's it for this review. IsDeWiz signing out. Morgolyth is really, really cool addition to the mythos, and obviously someone that's not to be trifled with. And I think I found her a boyfriend. I know she's a priestess, but I think these two make a smashing couple, especially this crazy guy whose name escapes me now. But yeah. All right. IsDeWiz signing out.